Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel and a Way Back When Wednesday. That's my mom, and she was like 17 in that picture. So young and so pretty, too. So this was like 1937. Yeah, we're going way back there. Um, that wood veneer that you see me spraying, I'm spraying it with Lindy's Glitz Spritz, I think is what it's called. And I didn't think it was shiny and gold enough. And I even took a brush and added some. And then I decided, oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Heidi Swap Gold. Yeah, I was trying not to. And it didn't make much difference. It was about the same. However, after it dried, it did look much better. And I'm just taking the brush and adding it over the whole thing. First, I picked all that Lindy stuff up off the paper. That's why it looks such a mess now. And put it up there on it. And like I said, it didn't look gold enough for me. And then the Heidi Swap went on there, and it still didn't look gold enough for me. And I did spray it a little bit, but it was still wet. So I'm going to set it over to the side, but I thought I'd help hurry it up. This is On Trend 2, and I am going to use that pink with the gold as the background, and then the other one I'm going to use in the bottom third. My picture is not a 4x6, which it usually is, or smaller. This one's actually a 5x7. I printed it out forever ago, like when I first started scrapping and planned on doing pictures for layouts for my heritage ones, yeah, and never did get it printed. I mean, never did get it printed, never did scrap with it. So I'm going to use it today. And I guess the green wasn't quite as long as the other paper because you seen me have to leave a gap in the middle. I'm going to use some of these flowers on here, and I'm going to fussy cut the white off, so it will take me a while. However, you're not going to have to watch that. I am cutting it out. And see all that paper? Oh, there was quite a bit. I think I threw it over the trash 3 or 4 times before then. But I'm going to cluster them around my photo. And when I first put them down there, I thought, well, I'm not going to have enough to go around. But then I'm going to remember my stickers. So I will get a couple that are stickers out. And I'm going to cut the white part off of them too. So they all match. And I just don't care a whole lot for the white part. And since I don't mind fussy cutting, I just go ahead and do it. I'm tucking some underneath there, and I cut part of that green one off, and I ended up cutting a little more than I planned. See, it's not much tucked under there. And I could have used a little bit more. But I'm going to end up using the other part, and I'm going to customize it, is the word for it. I'm going to customize a couple of flowers. I think maybe 3. These are really big, some of them, and I'm going to make them smaller. Uh, those leaves, those were a little difficult to fussy cut around the gold ones. But I wanted them on there, and I didn't want the white. So, yeah, I fussy cut around them. And they took me a while. And here's one of the ones I'm cutting down. It's not going to be as big when I get it cut down. See, it's smaller. I wanted it to set on the top, and I didn't want it to just go all over the picture. I wanted it smaller, and since smaller's what I needed and bigger's what I had, I made it smaller. And this one's the one I'm customizing, and I cut around the little edges so it's kind of um, like it's got little pointed petals on there. Once I got done with it, it's the one I had the chunk out of it because I cut it off of another um, flower. It didn't have the whole thing to start with. And see, I laid that there and I just didn't think I liked it. But looking at it now, I do. The beautiful on the bottom. And I'm going to end up putting some other stuff on there. I'm going to put a couple of tags and stuff. But looking at it now, I like it. But I was looking at it and thinking, oh, I don't know. the bottom part of the picture was showing right there where the beautiful was because they did not make it straight. If they had made it straight, I'd probably been really happy with it. But looking at it now, you really can't tell too much looking at it from a distance. I was looking right along the edge of the picture before. But I pulled out this tag. There's like a couple in there, and this is the one I like the best. And I'm going to put her name on there, Elsie Lavina. And I would have put her last name, Forsyth, on the third line, but that was just too many letters. The Lavina, I had to cut the little squares down, or they weren't going to fit. So I counted the letters, and I thought, even cutting the Forsyth down, I don't think I could get it to fit. So I put age 17. I wanted to use those big gold letters and put 17 up there, but there wasn't no 7. I don't know if I've already used it. I've had this like 4 years. If I already used it at one time or another or what, but there was no 7 in there. And while I was doing that last thing there, whatever it was, I noticed I didn't have my washi tape on there. And here I purposely pulled it out and made that border right there a little wider so I'd have room for the washi tape, and then I almost forgot it. Oh, so glad I remembered it. But I had to pull the flowers up. They were kind of stuck down there, and I couldn't get that one tucked in very good unless I did pull them up. But you can't tell it when I'm done. I'm going to put that tag there, and you see how I did the string on the back of it? That's because it's the one with the gold that just comes unraveled as soon as you touch it practically. And I wanted the gold to show, so I twisted it all back together, put washi tape on it, and put it behind it. And that way when you look at it, you can see the gold. And, oh, this is another tag. My goal was, I made 2 goals for myself. The washi tape wasn't one of them. I just wanted to use it. But when I was looking in the iris container, I seen the brads and the flare. And I thought, I need to make a goal to use one of each on my layout. So I am going to use one of each. Anyway, that tag's what I decided to use on the brad one. And the thing was, when I went to pull the brads out to use it, I thought, oh man, I could have used a brad on the tag. And then I seen the tag and I thought, I can use the tag that's got one and tuck it behind there, and that'll look cute to have 2 of them instead of 1. So yeah, that worked out. The flare, not as much. I wasn't quite sure where to put it. And so I'm just going to end up sticking it on the layout. I might decide to move it some other time if I get to thinking about it and decide there's a better spot, but it's on there. That's all I can say for it. It's on there. I got my goal of putting it on there. You know, kind of like the Scrap 5 thing. You got a list of things to use. I made a list of 2 for me to use. Everything else was stuff I wanted to put on here, but I made sure I put a brad and a flare. And see, I've never used those flare, but I'm using it now. And see, I stuck it right there. And look at it now. I'm thinking I could move it over and kind of overlap the tags. And I think I'd like it better. Maybe just over to the left just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. But, oh, here I'm putting foam tape underneath 2 of the leaves so that they will stick up. And that's it. I'm done with my layout. And I didn't put no splatters on here because there is plenty of gold to start with. And yeah, it's beautiful paper. I love that paper. Oh, and I forgot to say a little more about that picture. My mom, she's like 17 in that picture, and that's the year she met my dad. Yeah, she met him when she was 17, and they dated for 5 years. And so I don't know if this was before she met him or after. I just know she told me she's 17. But she'd gotten a new outfit. She'd actually earned a little bit of money. And so she decided to get her picture taken in her new outfit. But that that's it. That's my layout. If you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like my video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, thank you so much. But I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.